WWE Smackdown Here Comes the Pain was the pinnacle in many gamers' eyes of a truly authentic WWE experience, which built upon the foundations of the first wave of Smackdown titles, offering a dynamic new grappling system, damage recognition, and the ability to earn attribute points to make your superstars stronger. So it came as a big surprise to learn that Yukes would do away with the Smackdown name for their video games and forge a brand new series to better capitalise on the WWE brand extensions, pitting the two shows against each other. WWE Smackdown VS Raw was the first game in this epic new series, allowing for the first time a dedicated season mode with storylines voiced by various superstars and colour commentary from JR and Jerry Lawler for the Raw brand and Tazz and Michael Cole for Smackdown. Players now select from one of several brand-specific superstars and play for a full year of WWE action, with the goal being to win matches fundamental to granting you a shot at various titles, and also to make choices which can greatly affect the outcome of the storylines, allowing you to be a fan favourite or a heel at certain points. Compared to other Yukes titles, for first-time players to the series, it can be very hard to actually gain a foothold and earn title opportunities at the WWE or World titles, as the game's artificial intelligence is pretty full on. You will have to resign yourself to the fact in the beginning that your opponents can just keep attacking you over and over, and at times it can be difficult to get any kind of offense in, recover or even get away. However, it is this element that makes the gameplay a lot different from previous games. It forces you to fight a lot harder in that you cannot just continually attack your opponents and expect them to always go down. Matches are now less predictable and more challenging. Even in exhibition matches, I had some cracking back and forth bouts with several opponents and even a Divas match, which strangely went the distance. I found that I could not just win matches within a minute anymore. In my first year in season mode, I really struggled as I tried to take A-Train to the World Championship. Despite my best efforts, I got bested early on by Garrison Cade in a hardcore match, and I was not able to fight back despite my size and strength. In fact, most superstars were far too fast for me and would attack me every time I had a window of opportunity to get away. Winning really does matter here, as not only do you get into the good graces of general managers Eric Bischoff and Kurt Angle, and also the owner Vincent Kennedy McMahon, but you will earn cash and, more importantly, attribute points, allowing you to level up your superstars in various areas such as strength, technical ability, durability and speed. Also, you do need a certain amount of superstar points to be able to challenge for a title. The gameplay itself is wholly realistic, with an incredible attention to detail in terms of how each wrestler looks and moves, with their individual movesets and actions flowing beautifully. Combine this with the huge Raw and Smackdown heat and pay-per-view set pieces, the intense follow-on gameplay, and the fact that you have to win, and every match feels like an important one rather than just a generic bout. Essentially, as you inflict damage on your opponents and meter starts to build up. Once it's full, you earn a finisher icon. With this icon, you can then use your chosen superstar's finishing move. These icons can also be used to save yourself if you find yourself about to be eliminated from the Royal Rumble. Provided you have at least one, you can cancel it out and get back in the ring. As you work your way through season mode, you will find yourself flip-flopping in between Raw and Smackdown with a much tighter structure and relevance to the types of matches you fight in. There's also a greater emphasis and focus on your superstar and individual journey that they're on. This is in part a good thing and doesn't expect you to play through months of tedious matches without results. I do feel that as good as the storylines were, they do repeat themselves on both brands no matter which you choose. This is also reflected in the titles you try and earn, as the same events play out time and time again. Speaking of titles, you can only challenge for 4 of them. The United States, Intercontinental, WWE and World titles are the only ones available, which I felt was a real shame. The tag titles are nowhere to be seen, with the focus being purely on single stardom. Another letdown is that you can't play as any of the Divas or unlockable superstars in season mode. Also, Smackdown vs Raw was released at a funny time in the WWE. The roster is somewhat lacking, as many superstars from the 2004 era are just not in the game, due to them either leaving the WWE, being left out, or having gone on hiatus as this game is being developed. So there's no Jeff Hardy, Rikishi or Billy Gunn. However, Yukes did the best they could, and you can see that they are trying to make every superstar matter. Whilst many might balk at the inclusion of Chuck Palumbo, Marvelous Mark Jindrak and Garrison Cade, this was at a time when the WWE were really trying to reinvent these superstars and differentiate both Raw and Smackdown from each other. The controls are also really user friendly and very easy to use. There are no complex move combinations to learn, and this makes adapting to the game and its many challenges much easier than before. Smackdown vs Raw includes a plethora of match types and gimmicks, which can be played by up to 6 grapplers on screen at a time. Also, if you're getting bogged down with season mode and need a bit more variety, there's challenge mode where you have the opportunity to take on various legends in singles matches, such as Bret Hart or Andre the Giant. This game also allows you to create and defend your own title belt and also design your own pay-per-view events, so there's lots of variety and fun as you challenge the CPU or your friends. Exhibition mode is also chock full of options and match types. There's everything from ladder to first blood, Iron Man and Hell in a Cell matches, so it's safe to say you won't be bored anytime soon. One annoying thing is that the camera really struggles to accommodate the action when there are 6 superstars on screen at a time, but in order to try and compromise this, the camera zooms out, but it zooms out so far that it can be really hard to play the game and see your characters, making the action very confusing. I noticed this in cage and elimination chamber matches particularly. Still, despite the issues I had with Smackdown vs Raw, I really enjoyed it. Some of Vince McMahon's dialogue in particular is very entertaining, and you can clearly see that he had fun hamming it up as the evil owner of the WWE. Plus, I really enjoyed taking a weaker lower tier superstar and building them up for title shots. As I mentioned, the gameplay can be overwhelming with your opponents constantly attacking you and not giving you the chance to fight back until you are so severely damaged you have no choice but to go on the offensive and just hope that you can win. So more often than not you will need to spend time building your superstar stats up. Although this title is probably now superseded by the 2K games, it's still worth playing, and at the time of this review this game is 16 years old. So why is it worth playing today? Well, not only is it a WWE time capsule that showcases the real efforts made by the company at the time to push the brand extension and the rivalry between both Raw and SmackDown, but this is the first step in the series, and despite it feeling at times like it's finding its feet understandably, it's still a grippingly addictive, intense and fun game that rewards and challenges the player every step of the way. I just want to say thank you so much for watching my video, take care, and I will see you next time.
Georgia, weighing in at 263 pounds,